Oh my kako. Okay, so this is a video that I thought I would never share. I don't even know if I will share this. I don't know if this will ever come out, but this is just like a life update. It's a lot of changes that happen. It's not going to be like a normal vlog per se, just because I need to like explain a lot of things. So it's currently Okakopa Ivakalu Kumalua, which is October 22nd. It is La Pule, it's Sunday. I'm probably gonna vlog besides this video, but this is specifically just my life update. So like I mentioned, I never would have saw this video coming, and it could be a little emotional, so just fair warning. The older I got really emotional. I'm a Pisces, so let me just say that we are emotional people because we're water signs. There's always like so many memes about Pisces, but being emotional and being crybabies, but I never was like that. Never was like that before. Okay, so what's happening with my life? The ending of September 27th to be exact, me and my boyfriend of pretty much 3 years decided to call it quits. We started dating at the ending of 2020. We say like our anniversary was January of 2021, but we met in 2020 at the ending of the year, pretty much like the middle to the ending of the year, because I had split up with my ex in the beginning of the year in February of 2020. We met in, I think, June or July. So we met that summer. We kind of became more serious towards the ending of the year, and like I mentioned, we became pretty much official in January of 2021. We had decided to go our separate ways. It is pretty sad. I don't think we both wanted that, but it had to be done. We just weren't on the same page for a while, and we were just kind of like fighting. I think it was just mainly like miscommunication and just not being on the same page, and kind of feeling taken advantage of on both sides. It ultimately, we're just not meshing together, and I think for a while we have been on and off, but we keep coming back to each other, and we make up and then we fight and everything like that. And he's a very private person, so I don't even know if he would not like, he doesn't like it when people know our business and stuff like that. But it was just like different lifestyles, I want to say, because he was like the stay-at-home type and I was like the going out type. I wanted to go to the beach and all that stuff, and he would just literally be a homebody, and it was just a lot of like push and pull with us, and we were not on the same page. So we decided to call it quits. I don't know if I'm going to share this, but we tried to have a baby for over a year. He doesn't have kids. He always wanted kids. When we first met, that was one of the big fights, because I didn't want kids anymore and he wanted, but I wanted to be with him, and I thought, you know what, like, I wouldn't mind having another baby. Of course, we didn't want to try though until we were officially ready. And so for over a year, we did try to have a baby. After a year of not being on birth control and nothing happening of it, and never got pregnant, we decided to obviously step it up a notch. I went to doctor appointments for fertility to get my blood tested, and also get everything checked out down there, because I felt like it wasn't me. Like, I would assume I could get pregnant because I've been pregnant 3 other times. He also was going to start doing something along the lines of that, but he started to just take like prenatal pills for men, and then we ended up breaking up in like July, just this past July. And I ended up finding out when we broke up for literally the weekend, I found out that I was pregnant. I was at the gym, and we just honestly just got off the phone with each other. We were crying and letting each other know like it's really hard, like we wish we could still be together, but you know, it's just not working out. And I just realized after I got off the phone with him, like I was like, wait, when did I get my period? So I took 3 pregnancy tests when I got home, And mind you, this man, he was begging me for a baby. He would send me TikTok videos of babies. He would show me them while we were in bed together. He would be like, oh, when are you gonna give me a baby? Like, give me a baby. I took 3 pregnancy tests and it came back positive. But the way he reacted, I thought was gonna be different. I presented it to him and I was like, what if I'm pregnant? You know, and we're broken up, what's gonna happen? And he's like, well, we'll figure that out. You always thought like you were pregnant before, because there were times when I was like 9 days late and I ended up taking a pregnancy test and it would come back negative. So he was like, oh, we'll get to that, like we don't know for sure. And then I handed it to him and I had 3 of these, but I threw away another one because it was kind of like faded already. I handed it to him. He did start crying and he was like, oh, am I really gonna be a dad? And I was like, yeah. And I was just expecting us to be like together, but that wasn't the case. Pretty much was like, okay, I'll talk to you on Monday. I know, crazy. It really hurt me. It really did, because he was asking me for a baby for over a year, and I'll show you the pregnancy tests. I'm pregnant, but I get it. We're broken up, and he didn't want to like keep coming back and leaving, keep coming back, because that's kind of what was happening throughout the past year, even though we were trying for a baby. I know, we're crazy. Crazy love. I just could tell he wasn't completely 100% on board. We were contemplating like, should I get an abortion? I almost thought of just getting an abortion and not telling him, but I knew how much he wanted a baby, so I felt like it was a sign from God that I got pregnant and like we're supposed to be together and we're supposed to have this baby, because we've been trying over a year and we haven't had no luck, and all of a sudden we do have a baby and I'm pregnant. And I just felt like it was a sign. A lot of like it was a lot of doubts on his side. I was very hopeful. I feel like girls are always hopeful and guys are more like the doubtful ones anyway, but he just really showed in that moment, like that whole entire weekend, like he was unsure of everything. Like he didn't know if we should just for real not be together and just get an abortion, but he really wanted this baby and so did I. So we decided, you know what, he's gonna move back in. We're gonna just try to see if it works and we're gonna see where to go from there. I'm on my knees, sorry, like there's no stool over here. I wish there was. It's a little bit comfortable. No, it's not. I'm gonna be on my knees. So he moved back in and we told each other like, okay, we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna see if it works between us. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but if it does, it does. And so in the back of my mind, I knew like if it doesn't work out, we could possibly not be together. We're obviously not gonna be together, but there possibly I could be getting rid of this baby and I could get an abortion, which is something I didn't think I would do, but at the same time I never thought I would have an abortion, but I also didn't want to have a baby by myself, single, alone. That would be a miserable pregnancy. Financial wise, I want to be able to handle it because I'm already financially taking care of my 3 kids all by myself. Darren has still been in rehab for over like about a year, in and out of rehab, and he hasn't been working since last year of March, or the beginning of this year, I want to say. So pretty much like almost a year. And even then, him and his girlfriend, when they were together, she didn't allow him to give me money. So I mean, we did have the kids split custody, but the thing is, he makes way more money than me when he was working, and I make little crumbs compared to him. But anyway, he hasn't been working for almost a year. I've been financially struggling, taking care of my 3 kids by myself. Of course, my boyfriend at the time was helping here and there, but it wasn't like he was fully, it wasn't like he was fully embracing the stepdad role, and I know it's just complicated. I don't want to blame people, or like, it's just not for everyone, and I understand that. It would help out, but it wasn't like how I needed the support of a partner, let me just say that. So it was a lot of tug of war with myself, but ultimately I also didn't want to have my life put on hold either. That was like a selfish part. The selfish part of me didn't want my life to be put on hold either. I'm just being a human here. Anyway, so we decided to make it work, but obviously it didn't work out. I did go on my trip when I was pregnant. I told them my whole job I was pregnant. I announced it to them, and that was on my bad. Honestly, I should have just not announced it, because in the back of my mind I thought of what we agreed on. If we don't work out, then we don't work out, and we just don't have this baby. But part of me was like, I think I could do this. I think I could just still keep the baby no matter what. I didn't want to get rid of it. And I still regret. I still regret the decision that I made, but I know it was a mutual decision. I did it at home. I feel like I need to backtrack. After, like, a little after I came back from my trip, we got into another fight. It was, in my opinion, something small, but to him it was a little bigger. And he was like, okay, he's gonna leave. He was like, I'm not gonna come back. He's like, just get rid of it. And I was like, really? We tried over a year for this? Like, you're just gonna give up on this relationship? Every relationship has ups and downs. They fight, but they make up, they make it work. But he felt like he just felt like we weren't meant to be together, because we're just not on the same page. And part of me does agree, because we weren't on the same page. There's a lot of, like I said, like, miscommunication. We weren't seeing eye to eye on a lot of things, and like, I just have to keep telling myself that, because as hopeful as I wanted our relationship to work, there were a lot of times when I'm pretty sure he felt the same way, but I felt like I wanted out. I wanted someone to treat me a certain way, and he wasn't giving me what I needed, and I think he was thinking the same thing. So I did it at home. It was time sensitive. I was so many weeks where it's like I needed to take the pill or go in and get it medically, like go into a doctor's appointment, go into the doctors to get it out. I was struggling. It was time sensitive. I needed to take these pills that weekend, and if not, it would have been too late and I had to go in, and I felt like taking the pill was a better route for me. I don't want to go in and they, you know. Now looking back, I kind of wish I just waited and either did it that way or just waited, because I felt like I rushed the decision. Me and him kept going back and forth of like, okay, if we keep it but we're not together, this, but if we keep it and we're not together, like, I was just like, yeah, we'll have the baby, but we'll not be together. We'll not be able to, like, being pregnant, I want to share this special moment with the dad, especially someone I love, and we tried for over a year for this baby. Like, I would want to be in a relationship with the father and enjoy these moments. Like, I'm gonna be taking care of my 3 kids by myself while pregnant. It would just be so stressful on me. I'm gonna be tired, nauseous, and then when I go on maternity leave, I am not gonna make money, and who's gonna support me financially and house me and be able to buy things? And he did say like, oh, I'll just buy, you know, things for the baby, but at the same time it's like, yeah, but when I'm on maternity leave, like, are you gonna also provide for me and my kids and not just only the baby? And he was afraid that I was gonna charge him child support, and ultimately we just felt like bringing a baby in the world like this, where we're not together, where we're not good, it just outweighed everything else. Bringing a baby in would have made everything more complicated. It wouldn't save the relationship. yeah. So these are, it's, I cry. I cry about it every day. I keep this part of me like separate from the kids. I don't want them to see me like this. I regret it so much. I wish, like, the day I was trying to take the pills, I kept trying to take it and I couldn't. I kept crying. I kept begging. Every time I put it in my mouth, I would just like, I can't. I did not want to take it at all. But since there was like no hope for us to be together, I did not want to have this baby alone and single and struggling. Honestly, I felt like I texted so much people that day, and everyone kept saying like, you should just abort, like, there's no sense of you guys keeping the baby if you're not together. People were telling him on his side, my side, but I think if one person just told me like, no, don't do it, I was looking for that one person to tell me no and don't do it, because I didn't want to do it, but I knew I had to do it because that's what seemed like it was right. And I think about it now and I'm like, okay, yes, it was the right decision. I have to tell myself that to get through everything, but I regret it so much. I felt like a lot of other people opened up to me about their abortion stories, and there's a lot of people I never knew had abortions, but they did. And I think a lot of other stories is like, you know, if it's one night stand or you're too young, you're in high school, those I get, and I think I would have quickly got it over it, but we tried this baby for over a year for us to not even keep it. I felt like I failed as a mom. I felt like I gave up on my baby. It's still pretty fresh. It only happened in the beginning of this month. So I know, like, as time goes on it won't hurt as bad, but yeah, it's definitely still pretty fresh. Like,
and as time went on, it definitely got easier. I feel like 2 months after that happened, like, I didn't cry anymore. It's a good thing. Sounds almost like a sad thing, but as time went by, like, it definitely didn't make me cry anymore, and I feel like I'm finally healed from the situation. So you're not gonna feel like that forever.
I was looking up a lot of baby things online, and for it to pop up on my feed, I downloaded the app where it shows you like what size your baby is compared to a fruit. I had to delete that. I was getting email notifications like, you're this much weeks. I'm like, delete, unsubscribe. Everything that reminded me of when I was pregnant. Instant crying. And like when I found out someone else was pregnant in the office, they were due like a month after me, and I just kept thinking about like my baby would have been due a month before and we would have been pregnant at the same time. I just say, if you're thinking of an abortion and you're like an empathetic person, meaning like you just feel more emotions than others, like you just can feel emotions of other people, and if you were excited about having that baby and you end up deciding to, like, it doesn't work, I don't know, I would just say like, this is a decision that you are gonna regret for the rest of your life. I'm not saying what to do and what not to do, but in my situation, it's like I was googling like I regret it. And like if other people felt this way, they said like about, I think it was like 40% of women regret their abortions and they feel guilty, and it stays with them for pretty much the rest of your life. Just really think about it. If you can live with this for the rest of life, go through with it. And I regret it so much, but I know I had to do it at the same time. Also, this month literally is pregnancy loss awareness month, and it's just so crazy that it happened in October, which is this month. So that is a big coincidence. This month we got this place, we moved in, I think it was like 2022. It might have been December 2021 or January 2022, but we moved into this place in Kapolei. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. You guys seen some of the vlogs or the videos of it. So we are officially going to be moving out of this apartment. He has been out for almost a month already. It's bittersweet that I'm no longer going to be living in this apartment. I really enjoyed having this apartment. I enjoyed the security feature downstairs, like the key fob, you have to get into the building, the elevator, and just having like a really nice bathroom and a cute little living room and AC in my bedroom and the living room, and just having a place to call my own with someone that I loved, and having my kids here, and how they have like their bunk bed and all that stuff. But really, like, we were outgrowing this apartment even as the family. Like, we were having another child would have been really hard as well, because it's only a 2-bedroom apartment and the 3 kids were in 1 bedroom. So it is bittersweet, but I'm a little excited to leave this place because it holds a lot of memories, and it is sad to come home to someone that's not here anymore, to come home to no one, and to have all these memories and all that stuff. But thanks for watching.